There's a reason why I love cost controls in an ad account, and it's because of this. Let me show you. So yesterday on one of our stores, we did 36K at 5X with a profit of $9,000. Now, what I want to talk about in today's video is why we're even using cost controls and the logic behind it, because I think it's going to help a lot of you. But not only that, how to implement them into your ad account correctly and how you can scale profitably, exactly how we're doing now. And the same way my students in my private group are using the same method to scale their stores, as you can see here. And as you can see here. Okay, so let's dive in. Now, the first thing that I want to talk to you about is account structure, okay? So I'm going to jump into my own personal ad account and quickly talk you through exactly what we're doing. All right, so what you'll see here is we have 3 different testing campaigns, 4. Basically, we break out our testing by country, and within these are CBO campaigns, okay? Now, for our testing, we're using cost caps. The reason for that is because when we are testing, we want to give Meta room to scale, and how we do that is we add an inflated budget at the ad set level, okay? So for those that don't know, cost caps are basically where you can insert your cost per result goal. So if we just go into account creation, I'll show you briefly how you can actually set this up. Go into sales, call it CBO, cost cap, and it might be AU, for example. You set your budget at say $5,000 a day. And again, the reason for that is to give it breathing room. And then what you want to do is you want to come down here and select cost per result goal. And basically what this means is Meta is going to optimize to achieve your cost per result goal at whatever you set it to. But what you've got to understand, guys, is this happens on a 7-day window, okay? So at the ad set level is where you actually implement the cost per result goal. So for you, it may be 50 or it may be 40, whatever it may be, okay? But the reason why we do this is because we don't want to burn too much money when we're testing. Now, some people like testing with highest volume, which is where you don't have a cost per result goal and you just let Meta spend, which is completely fine. But for us personally, we prefer to use this to protect ourselves, but not just to protect ourselves. It also gives us opportunity, as I said, for new winning ads that we launch into this campaign to scale. Because we do have this inflated budget, what will happen is Meta will scale for us on days where there's demand and when there's not demand. Okay, so that's basically how we're doing our testing and how we're doing our scaling, okay? It's not rocket science, it's really simple. We really are letting our creatives do the talking. Now, for us at the moment, it's about 6 a.m. here in Melbourne and we're on 6.7K. So this strategy does work, but I think the most important thing and the reason why I love it so much in terms of cost controls is for business profitability. Now, when you're starting a new business, cash flow can be a serious problem, right? Now, depending on how you look at Meta, you can operate it in different ways. So for us, we really look at Meta as driving first purchase profitability and acquiring new customers. Now, I'm not saying that this is not possible with highest volume. It definitely is, but it's just our own personal preference to use cost controls. And the reason for that is when I have a hands-off approach with the ad account and I'm trusting Meta to do the scaling for me because of that inflated bid that we spoke about, what it does for me as a media buyer and a founder is it forces me to really focus on my creatives, which is what's the most important, okay? At the end of the day, and you're probably gonna hear me say this many, many times, and I'm gonna keep reminding you guys, creative is the most important thing. So if you want your sales to tick and you wanna scale profitably, focus on your creative process. Focus on your ad content, okay? Hire a good team. We've got here my cousin Manny, who produces our ads for us. Build out your team, focus on your creatives. Don't overcomplicate it, okay? If you think magically somehow that your account structure and getting technical with Meta and trying to beat the algorithm is gonna suddenly increase your performance to the point where your business is gonna explode overnight, I'm sorry guys, but you're wrong, okay? Focus on your creatives. Set up an account so that you don't have to touch it. You don't have to let your emotion hinder what you're actually trying to achieve. And most importantly, have fun while you're doing it, all right? Guys, I'm gonna be producing more content. Drop me a comment below. Let me know what you want me to focus on. I think we should start talking about retention actually, because a lot of what I've been speaking about on this channel is about first customer or that sort of first step into scaling and getting people into your business. But let's start talking about retention. Let me know if you want me to focus on it. I'll see you in the next video.